We were all just here on Monday doing our jobs.
They're people who, in the face of danger, stepped up with courage or strength or ingenuity. That's the definition of a hero. A fitting description for 26-year-old Joe Acker of Caldwell, the security guard who worked at the mall and who stepped up to confront the shooter on Monday and was shot and killed as she tried to protect shoppers. She is a hero. We remember the other victims, including 49-year-old Robert Padilla of Rupert, who just happened to be shopping inside Macy's when he was shot and killed. But if we look for those helpers, those who just happened to be inside the mall during Monday's shooting, well, those people point to the mall workers and the store employees as their heroes for helping them find a safe place to hide. Today, the mall reopened, and some of those heroes showed up for their scheduled shifts just 2 days after the deadly shooting. Katya Stepovic spoke with some of them today.
I had no idea that anything was even going on until some of our regulars from the bar jumped up and they ran. I saw people running out of the mall. Is this serious? Is it real? Is this just going to be another one of those, oh, that ended up being nothing, you know? But yeah, it was quite the opposite. And it's just really, yeah, I can't stop shaking today.
Megan Maddox has been the assistant manager at Old Chicago in the Boise Towne Square Mall for over 3 years, but Monday was very different than any day she'd experienced before.
We all kind of ran to the back to let the kitchen staff know, and yeah, it was pretty frightening, that first moment of realizing that, oh crap, this is for real.
That's when she says some of her regulars rushed to close the restaurant doors. Then the loudspeakers notified everyone of an active shooter. Concerned customers and employees gathered together and hid for almost an hour and a half.
We were all just here on Monday doing our jobs.
Even though she kept the customers safe, she says her customers are the heroes.
They actually ran out to their trucks, and instead of leaving, they grabbed their firearms and returned to the store and were locked down with us. I mean, Macy's is literally right next door. This could have gone in so many different ways, and once I found out that they had done that, like, it meant everything to me to know that they weren't gonna run in the face of danger or evil, but you know, they were gonna protect the family.
A little further down from Macy's is Buckle, where customers and employees heard shots ring out. Even though he says he wasn't trained for this kind of event, assistant manager J.C. Hill knew exactly what to do.
We heard the shots, we reacted super quickly, and we all just kind of ran to the back. I made sure my team and everybody that was shopping that day was back in the store safe. I got the gate taken care of, and then I ran back and joined them, and then we kind of just waited for further instruction.
For what felt like hours, Hill and his employees, along with 4 customers, hid in dark silence.
I think the shock's still kind of setting in, so it hasn't totally hit me of the extent of what happened.
Hill has the day off, but for others like Megan, the shock of being back at work has settled in.
And I feel so terrible for Joe's family and the other victim, and yeah, it's just terrible. And I can't wrap my head around it still, that it happened here. I'm standing up there today watching everybody go by, and I'm skeptical of every single person that comes in now. And, you know, like, what are you here for? Why are you looking at me? What are you doing? You know, I almost feel like it's changed everything. This is my safe place, and I would do anything for my job, my coworkers. I love this place, and it's really upsetting that that's been taken away from me now, that I don't feel safe here.
I mean, that's the true definition of trauma. I mean, you talked to 2 people there at the mall who worked there and were there on Monday. I'm sure there are dozens of other similar stories in the mall. Were you able to talk to anybody else?
Yeah, I actually spoke to several managers, assistant managers at various locations that I won't mention for their privacy, but a lot of them crying on the phone with me, you know, answering and saying I wasn't expecting this call, and from that moment kind of recounting the memories and everything they saw and just telling me, you know what, I'm not ready yet. And I think everyone's coping mechanisms are so different, right? Some people can go to work and do their thing and kind of gets their mind off of what happened, but for some people it's just bringing everything back up to the surface. So I think it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
We know that there are grief counselors there available, and of course increased police presence, but this isn't going to happen overnight. It's going to be a long healing process.
As I say, I hope, like people like Megan who work at the mall and everybody else who has a similar story, and those you spoke with on the phone, do seek out that help to talk about it, to talk it through, because that's what it's going to take. It's
Absolutely.
pretty amazing. All right, thank you very much, Katya.